Hello everybody, welcome back to Nikki's Love for Crochet. My name is Nikki. I am glad you made it to watch my video. I decided to work on this whip because it's one that's due the fastest. It is due by the 19th of June. And I'd say I'm about maybe a third done. Maybe a little bit more, but not much more. I'm not halfway done, I know that much. The only other thing I've worked on this week is I had torn apart my nephew-in-law's black tank top that I'm making because I forgot to use stitch markers, and by the time I added them on, I was already losing stitches. This is how far I've gotten. It is 2 singles, a half, 2 singles, a double, 2 singles, a triple, 2 singles, a double, 2 singles, half, 2 singles, and start again at a halves. It's done in a 4. It's a 1-weight, but I'm doing it in a 4 needle. Holes, it's a guy's shirt, so holes shouldn't matter. But I'm working on the one that has the fastest due date. Today's Memorial Day in the U.S. And really, I knew it was a day that we mourn for fallen soldiers who died during line of service. But I decided to look up, what is Memorial Day? And according to Google, it is a U.S. federal holiday. It's always the last Monday of May, which is today, this year, honoring and mourning the soldiers who died during serving in the armed forces, United States Armed Forces. Memorial Day did not start off as Memorial Day. It started off as Decoration Day. It was in the years after the Civil War, where they go and decorate the graves of fallen soldiers with flags and flowers. A lot of what the military does now for their fallen soldiers. I know Fort Sam puts up a flag on every grave of the unknown fallen of war. It was the first national holiday. It was observed on May 30th, 1868 by Commander John A. Logan of the Grand Army of the Republic, which is an organization of the Union Civil War. It was declared a national holiday almost 100 years later. 1971 is when it was declared a federal holiday. So, no mail, no banks. We all know what we need isn't working today because we're remembering the fallen soldiers. Our freedom is not free. There are so many soldiers out there fighting for us to have the freedoms we have that we got to remember all those who have fallen. Now, in the past, in the current, and in the future. The federal government encourages people to take a national moment of remembrance at 3 p.m. And it's just, silence, thinking about all the fallen soldiers. I know we all probably have someone who have fallen in a line of war. I know I have. And I remember him to this day. I miss him. Memorial Day is also the unofficial start of the summer season, even though it's a somber and reflective occasion. Which actually, if I think about it, The end of school was really close once Memorial Day got here. So it kind of makes a lot of sense. To me, at least. And I never thought about this because a lot of times we all say Happy Memorial's Day, knowing. But if you think about it, it's a somber occasion. We're mourning the dead. They served the ultimate sacrifice for us to have what we have: freedom of speech, freedom of religion, all of it. They're fighting for us. And don't forget their families, who they leave behind. So other than saying Happy Memorial Day, you can tell a person to have a meaningful Memorial Day. It is not, how do I put this? It is not a time to tell a service member thank you for their service for the same reason. We are remembering fallen soldiers. And people ask, what is the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day? Veterans Day is honoring all military service people. Memorial Day is honoring and mourning the soldiers who've fallen. So while you're out there having your barbecues, having fun, just remember your freedom is not free. You have hundreds of thousands of soldiers fighting for your freedom. You know, people of war die all day, every day. And it's hard to think about that. So, I mean, I didn't do a barbecue or anything. In fact, I had to run a whole bunch of errands, which stunk, but at least the roads were clear. So it took me all day to get long, but only because I had to wait on people. And obviously, I have not gotten very far, have I? I guess I need to learn to crochet and talk. Mickey Mouse, get out of Cassie's stuff. Sorry, my cat is digging in my daughter's purse. I don't know what's in there that's so good other than it smells like my daughter. So today, Memorial Day. And I do always take a moment. It may not be during 3 p.m., but I do take a moment to remember all those fallen soldiers. How about we sit here for a moment in the quietness and remember those soldiers who have passed away, gave the ultimate sacrifice of their life for our freedoms. So I'm going to sit here in the quiet for about a minute, remembering and honoring our soldiers. All right. And thank you for taking a moment of silence with me in remembrance of the fallen soldiers. I hope that God blesses each and every one of you. And remember, Jesus loves you. Until the next video, I will see ya. Later, bye.